When Asian financial crisis started, the bank loan rate actually went up 27%. I was not able to sleep properly, because every night we see rate figure. But most importantly is craft food. My good friend Jaya, instead of listening to the rumors, he actually extended our credit term from 60 to 120 days. And that actually made a lot of other brands follow. Then slowly we were able to adjust the prices and reduce the losses. And that's how the whole Asian financial crisis was taken care of.
So we came out from that, having learned a lot about being financially independent, being prudent. The ability to come out of a crisis leverages a lot on trust. The trust that is built over years and relationships not just with external parties but also within the organization.
But when COVID started, the business went down 70%. That was the first concern that we have. How are we going to handle the stock situation?
Around the same time that the announcement went out that the borders would shut and that our retail stores may not be able to operate, our marketing team almost overnight came up with the idea of a Google form. Together with our retail team, we put out a price list of products that we started to broadcast through WhatsApp, and from a Google form, we developed a website with a third party. We brought the whole team together and everyone took a slightly different role during the warehouse sale, and then also rely a lot on the word of mouth and a lot on the goodwill and relationships that we had with friends, with partners, with the community. A lot of people were actually also trying to use this time to encourage people in their community. I remember there were many people who came forward expressing that they want to pick up some chocolates, goodies, candy to give to the migrant workers who were literally locked in their dormitories and were unable to come out. This was just ways to bring light to people in a time of darkness.
By the grace of God, we did very successful warehouse sale. We cleared the 10 over million stock without any loss. There were also a lot of the contacts from the church, from the charity circles. Really unexpectedly, it just surfaced. And that's the most touching part.
I still remember the day that the government announced that the borders were going to be shut. I was still checking out self-checkout machine, thinking, we found a new way forward, trying to find ways to innovate in our shops in the airport. When the airport said, we're going to shut 2 terminals, many other retailers in the airport actually chose to shut and remain shut for a good 2 years. We stayed open throughout with those 2 stores. And I think at that point also, we made a very bold decision as well to take this downtime to upgrade because of our financially prudent position and reinvested into the business so that we would buy ourselves an even brighter future. We demonstrated our strength by choosing to renovate the stores at the airport. It was also to send a message whether to our staff or to external stakeholders that we are in this for the long haul, that we will come out of this. This is a temporary speed bump that would slow us down for a while, but that it would not persist permanently. Thankfully, we also were able to negotiate an extension of our concessions there. It definitely made sense. It was like doing a renovation in advance of the next tenancy term. We really did a full-fledged new design that today communicates also an angle of sustainability, improving that in-store experience so that we ourselves will be ready to welcome travelers again when we come out of the pandemic.
When the COVID actually started to subside, and about a year and a half ago, we were always the first in Changi to open the shop.
There was a blessing in disguise, I must say, in a very bleak time where we couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel and still chose to ride on that hope that wasn't necessarily visible or obvious. That required a lot of faith. So prior to the pandemic, towards the end of 2019 actually, we entered into a tender for the confectionery concession across Changi Airport, all 4 terminals. At the close of that tender, we were awarded 3 terminals, terminals 1, 3 and 4, which had a total of 8 stores. So when Terminal 2 came out for tender again, we decided to put in our proposal. And by the grace of God, that was awarded to us. And in the midst of a pandemic, in the midst of a very dire situation, we received, what we had hoped for the longest time, which was to be the pan-airport operator. And our number of stores actually grew from 8 in 2019 to now 12, which will fully open by the end of this year.
Over the 32 years, we've gone through 4 different crises. Our staff also are well trained to adapt to overcome the odds, and the relationship we have built with the suppliers, our stakeholders, our shareholders also over time has been strengthened. So that has made our company very resilient. In the face of all the challenges, resilience is actually already part and parcel of our corporate life.
So moving forward, as we continue to grow this business, the 5 pillars that we would like to continue to operate on are integrity, prudence, gratefulness, innovation, and giving back. The first pillar that we operate our business on is actually integrity. Integrity to me entails holding ourselves to a standard that we ourselves are proud of in our dealings with external customers, with our suppliers, even internally with our own staff. To always conduct ourselves in a way that is honest, is open, is transparent, to never shortchange anybody. The second pillar is actually prudence. Our ability to invest in the future in a time where people were cutting back was reliant a lot on the financial position we were in. The fact that we have always been asset light, the fact that our balance sheet remains very strong, try to ensure also that we are not over leveraged, that we are debt free, and also that our business is operating on internal cash flow. This is something that we need to maintain as we continue to grow the business. The third pillar, that is innovation. I think about innovation not just in terms of technology and what kind of systems we deploy, but innovation in the way we think about the business. Today's business and tomorrow's business could look vastly different as long as we are able to put our minds to looking at things in a more innovative way. Even when we look at our store design, when we look at our work processes within the organization, and also in our dealings with external parties, we always put ourselves at the forefront of new technologies, new innovations. Look at what other people are doing, especially our competition, especially our partners as well, to see if there are good ideas and good initiatives that we also can apply to our business. Another pillar that we continue to operate ourselves on is actually gratefulness. I think gratefulness entails remembering that we have come here after 30 over years, not just by our own merits and our own efforts, but because we've been blessed in many ways by very supportive partners who have helped us in our most difficult moments. We also have been blessed with very loyal customers who have today also become our friends, and also very dedicated staff, many of whom have stayed with us through the very difficult times. As we move the business forward, it is important to remember where we came from, to remember our blessings, and that we are not where we are today by our own merits and by our own efforts alone. The fifth pillar is giving back. This idea that this business is a very powerful resource that has been entrusted to us, and to contribute in a way that gives meaning to our business beyond just the business alone. As we take our business forward, these 5 pillars will continue to strengthen our foundation and guide the decisions that we make on a daily basis, especially in the way we conduct ourselves. I believe that these pillars will help to future-proof our business and ensure that we remain strong and relevant even in the next generation.
To all my suppliers, my business partners, our collaborators, our staff, people who have been working with us for the last 32 years, we invite you to journey with us and allow us to continue to run this marathon race together in a very meaningful, trusted manner, so that we will succeed at the end of the day together with you.